Hello everybody! Today's video is going to be a tutorial on this Poppy from the movie Trolls. I'm super excited to share it with you, so sit down, relax, and enjoy. Start off with a drink of coffee because trust me, you're going to want this one. So I'm starting off with some paint that I got from Ben Nye. This is just a regular face and body cream paint, and I'm literally putting water on the cream to kind of activate it and putting the brush in and swiping it all over my face, completely all over my face. Now, because I knew that my ears were going to be covered up, I just went close to my ears, but other than that, like literally everywhere. And then when I cover the face, I'm going to go down and eventually cover all of my neck as well, but for now, I'm just following my neckline, underneath the ears, and then right where my shirt is touching, but eventually I'll do a little bit more as well. And yes, I did not want to wait for paint to come in, and also I just didn't want to spend more money. So to make this shade a little bit more of a pink instead of a magenta shade, I just took a regular tube of cream pink paint from Walmart that I got and layered that over top of this, not once but twice, just to kind of lighten up the shade altogether a little bit more. And this gave me more of the pink poppy effect that I was looking for. Now I am going in with a darker shade of pink, and this is actually another Ben Nye shade that I have. And using this flat, short bristled brush, I am laying out what I think I want the shape of Poppy's nose to be. Now, of course, you can see me kind of looking over to the corner. I'm basing it off of a picture, so I want to make sure that it's not the exact definite shape to start off with, so I just lay it down with that big brush first. And now you can see I'm going around the perimeter of Poppy's nose with a small angled brush, and that's because I decided that then that was going to be the actual shape. So now I'm just laying out what I hope the shape of the brows and the lips to be with that same brush and that same pink shade. And then once I decide the definite shade, I will be going over top of it with a shadow, which is this Modern Renaissance shadow from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm just using a flat little smudger brush, and I am placing Love Letter all over my lips. And then a little bit of the pink paint on the center of the lips, just to add a bit of dimension, because of course Poppy's lips wouldn't naturally all just be one flat dark burgundy shade. Now using that same shade with a small little, I guess it's more of like a pencil brush, but a very, very small detail brush, whatever you've got with you is what you will use for this. And you're just following the perimeter of the nose to give the outline of the shape and again create a little bit of dimension. And now to add a little bit of shadow underneath the nostril, I have just placed a little bit underneath the divots of each nostril. And with the same exact shadow color, I am going over and creating the shape of the brows, which thankfully the shape is not too far from what someone's natural brows would be. They're just a little bit more rounded towards the top, and then of course closer together towards the center of the face. Now, Poppy does not go without her eye makeup on as well. She does have a shadow on top of her eye. Now, primarily you will see that in the crease just because Poppy doesn't do a lot of long holds with her eyes closed. So what I'm doing is just using a blending brush. It's just the one that is in the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm placing Love Letter all over the crease. And then of course, just to make it look a little bit more blended, I'm going into the NYX Ultimate palette. I'm using the same exact brush, and I'm going right over top of what I just laid down and then over top of the lid as well. Now to add even more of a drama-sized lash line along with lashes, I am doing a pretty long winged liner. Of course, Poppy is animated, so I felt like I could go, to a pretty long length for the wing itself. And it's not super, super thick. It's going to be just enough to add a bit of boldness with the lashes. And then right here with the Makeup Forever pencil, I was just lining the inner waterline. And now I'm just placing a little bit of blush on the apples of the cheek with that dark pink shade. And then Poppy cannot go without her glitter. So just dabbing on some loose glitter with glitter glue. And then here are these very dramatic, huge lashes, because again, Poppy is very extra, but she's also animated, so this is allowed. Now we're moving on to the hair, as if I didn't look crazy enough. I'm just taking these two ballerina bun little shapers, I guess is what you would call them, and I'm placing them right on the crown of my head, and then sectioning out a piece close to them. I am spraying some hairspray, teasing them up to the heavens, for goodness sake, and letting them just stay right there next to those bun little shapers, whatever you want to call them. And I'm going to do that all the way around them. It looks crazy, but trust me, it works out in the end. And once you've done that first layer all the way around, I then just gather them at the top, place some bobby pins in just to hold them roughly in place. And then I went around the face again with a whole nother layer and just started to shape it around what I just teased. And you can lightly do teasing around as well on the back side of it to add more volume, because you can always flatten out the outside with your comb too. And if you need to add bobby pins along the way, which I figured out you most definitely do, feel free. You're going to need plenty for this one. And then around the back, now because I am filming, it was just a pretty rough tease and then bobby pinned it around the back. If you were going to use this for a costume idea, you could most definitely tease all of that hair at the root really, really nicely, and then just a little bit more as you're going up on the hair, and just hairspray that hair down. You could even use some type of like putty or wax to add more texture, or even just a texturizing spray. That'll really help a lot too. But anywho, back to what I'm doing here. So I just am starting to tease these front two sections and then twisting them around to make it look like I have a really nice voluptuous bang area right here. I'm doing the same thing on the other side and just kind of tugging it here and there. You'll figure out what works best for you. And then you can kind of pick at it, just whatever you need to, spray some more spray, tease it up a little bit more, whatever looks best to replicate what you're wanting to look like. And then I took those spray cans, I sprayed my hair like crazy with some pink hairspray, and then painted the rest of my front shoulders. Now, I made these ears out of foam, just cut them out and made sure that they matched the shade of what I was using for my face. And then this little headband right here, I also just freehandedly made this with some felt that I purchased at Walmart. And I just bobby pinned this in place. You want it to look like it's going behind the hair, but also over top of the ears. So you just kind of stick it into the hair around that area so that it actually looks like she's got a headband. And yeah, this right here is the look. Now, all of these little smiles that I have, I know I did them for the clip, that they were so genuine. I absolutely love Poppy that I got so excited and forgot to even film an intro or an exiting clip. So that's why I'm having to do them right now over audio. So the top that I have on, I also sewed with some felt, and I just did it based on the pictures that I had looked at from the film. And then that was the finished look. I absolutely loved it. If you have questions, I totally understand. I know that this was super quick and kind of mushed up all together, but I absolutely loved it, and I hope you did too. Please like it, comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe to my channel. Love you. Bye.